the subscribe button and get more videos from us, of course, more exclusive videos. Be the first to see our videos. This is the popular stuff. Of course, we are going to the big story, the big issue here for debate. It's very simple. It is whether indeed we should give Chelsea Football Club and these players time. I believe in, time. I believe that, patience is a virtue. And if you look at the business model of the new owners, Todd Bowley and his guys, clearly they have a plan. And the plan is to give these players time to grow. If you look at the age, the average ages of these players, it's brilliant. And of course, they didn't sign a 2-year, 3-year contract. The minimum they've signed is 5 years. You look at Enzo Fernandez, for instance. Nobody can convince me that he's not a good player. Someone who's won the World Cup with Argentina, something that they've not done in over 3 decades. He's a top quality player. Of course, if a team is not playing well, it affects the psyche of the entire team. Nicholas Jackson have come under severe attacks, and rightly so, because he's not playing well, he's not scoring. But guess what? Even in a very difficult season, he scored 10 plus goals for Chelsea, 10 Premier League goals, and 1 FA Cup goal. Do you know that Didier Drogba, for instance, also scored 10 Premier League goals in his first season for Chelsea? Yes, you didn't know. And just Drogba, nobody can tell that Drogba didn't come good over the period of time. Drogba can be or is one of the biggest names when it comes to football in the history of Chelsea Football Club. And if Jackson, coming from the Spanish La Liga and in his first season has scored 10 plus goals for Chelsea, it is a huge credit for the young man's talent. He has not scored a lot of goals. He's missed a lot of big chances. I agree. But I'm saying that based on what I've seen, he's got every element, every skill set to become a top player in the English Premier League. So right after the game yesterday, for instance, Didier Drogba tweeted and told the player to chin up, work hard, and he will come good. I can give you Modric, for instance, young talented player, a player Arsenal chased but didn't get. Nobody, we've seen glimpses of what he can do, the levels he can hit in his career. If you look at the entire squad, very young players, very young talented players, they are not getting the results today. But give them time. 1 year, 2 years, and this Chelsea team will be unstoppable in the English Premier League and in Europe. If you're amazed at what Madrid is doing with Camavinga, with the young players, Rodrigo, and all these players, I'm not sure that these players are better than the ones at Chelsea. It is just a matter of time. If this team starts winning, the mentality of this team will change, and these players will come good. Time is the name of the game in football. Don't rush it. Today, everybody's mentioning Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, and how well Arsenal is playing. But guess what? They've not won the Premier League in how many years? When Arteta took over, how many years? They've not won the Premier League. But we can see progress. We can see progress from Arteta and his men. Give Posh and this Chelsea, young last time, and you see progress. Arteta, his first season was 8th in the Premier League. Even though he won the FA Cup, they were 8th. So what is the difference? Today, Arsenal fans are happy. But if they did not give Arteta time and they were not patient with him and these boys, they will not be here. They will not be here. So I am a believer, a firm believer in time. And I've seen this quality team. I've seen these players. And I believe that they will come good with time.
Are you done?
I am done.
You see, you people don't like Chelsea. A lot of people like you don't like Chelsea.
Okay.
So you always
I've given you reason to believe that with time this team will come good.
You have seen people who don't like people. Give them excuses why they should continue doing what they are doing so that they don't progress. You have seen it. They know you are going on the right path. They tell you, go, that path is the right path. Go, continue. They can give you 100 reasons why that path is the right path. You know people like that. You don't like Chelsea. You don't want them to be successful. So you are telling them that what they are doing is good. They should continue on that path. But they should listen to people like us. We like them. It is the most bizarre model they have taken, the most bizarre path they have taken. How in God's name will you spend over £1 billion, over £1 billion, and expect to do well in the next 2 or 3 years? How does that make sense? Business sense. Ateta's team was 8th. They won the FA Cup. Ateta didn't spend £1 billion.
But they spent money.
Yes, he spent money. He spent money prudently. He spent money prudently. Chelsea just went onto the market to waste money. Let me tell you how Arsenal engineered that. In fact, Arsenal was the key engineers of Chelsea spending a colossal part of that £1 billion. I don't know what Arsenal did. Arsenal wanted to sign Trossard. Arsenal wanted to sign Declan Rice. Those were the prime targets of Arsenal. And Arsenal knew that Tomboli had money, Chelsea had money to waste. So what did they do? Smart Arsenal. They started with Caicedo. You want Caicedo, you want Caicedo, you want Caicedo. Arsenal didn't want Caicedo. They wanted Rice. But they didn't want Chelsea to think in that direction. Because if Chelsea goes near Rice, they'll go and pay £150 million. Arsenal cannot afford that. So Arsenal went to Caicedo. We want Caicedo, and Chelsea went and paid £1 million for Caicedo. Now said, okay, we don't want Caicedo. We really wanted Rice. So then the Solid City wanted, but Pep said, okay, Ateta, take you our boy, take Rice. And then Ateta went £100 million. That's the bargain of the season, £100 million for Rice. Then Ateta wanted a left winger. Said, I want Trossard. But this Modric boy, I said that Chelsea, if we don't make them buy a bad player, they'll go for Trossard. So let's make them waste another £100 million plus. That's not started. Modric. I said, posting him. It was crazy. Chelsea had never heard of any player called Modric. They didn't know him from Adam. I don't know if you don't want to watch the Champions League, you don't want to watch the Shakhtar. Because from everything that they did, it was clear they didn't even know Modric. As I said, what time do now? Chelsea, Mukailo has not swept the ball. 27 Falla for Trossard. You see what Trossard is doing? That is smart business. It's not just about spending money. It's about spending money prudently. That is the key word. Chelsea can spend all the money in the world, but do not get success. See, let me be frank with you. Chelsea can never get to the level of top 4 in the Premier League in the next 10 years. Unless these players, they finish playing their career. And then a new crop of players, the Gen Zs or the new generation, those who are 5, 6 years, 10 years later, will be 17, 18. And then will come and take over and maybe rebuild Chelsea. So you're telling me, you are a firm believer in your heart that Badiashile and Desasi will put Chelsea in top 4 next season.
Absolutely.
Is that what you believe?
Yes.
So you believe you can go and stand in front of Tomboli and convince him that
I can give you 55 reasons why this place will come good. Desasi is not a bad player.
He's a bad player.
He's not a bad player.
He's a bad player.
Desasi is not a bad player. He's not a bad defender. He needs time.
Chelsea, do you know the record they've made this season? They have conceded 57 goals so far. The league is not even over. And they've set a record. The most goals they've conceded ever since the Premier League started.
Because they have
the Sassi.
Because the coach.
And they have Badiashile.
But they have Silva.
Do you know the best signing they have done? Is that Malo Gusto. The best signing they did. You see, Chelsea, I don't know. Pochettino, I feel sad for him because he doesn't even take part in the decision of the board when they want to buy players. Buying players, you bring advise them and tell them that buying players is not about the price tag of the player. You see the whole Man City team there, the Man City who are playing so well. They have only £100 million player in the team. I'm sure you
Jack Grealish.
Yes. So it's not always about buying the most expensive players, but buying the right players. So, how much did they buy Erling Haaland? 65 or so. The same as Arsenal's Kai Havertz. Most of the same price range. Chelsea would have bought Kai Havertz for £200 million. So, Sebi, the account people have a proverb, and I like that proverb. Let me see. Say Kakwasia anywhere. Kayan ton wa boni woju. Kayan ton sente woju. Kasa kwasia anywhere. Kayan ton sente woju. So the man go and buy.
You are telling Todd and his people that they are kwasia.
You know, it's a proverb.
And don't sente. You are here.
The man who goes to the market to go and buy synthetic food and go to display them at Tantamount. Do you think that he doesn't know that people come and buy?
You know, there's a
Yes, that is why he will go and buy the synthetic, come and display them, and people come and buy. Because you know that there are people like that
but
who come and buy.
Enzo Fernandez is not synthetic.
No,
Once Casado is not synthetic. These are quality players.
do you know how they become synthetic? They become synthetic players when their price tag doesn't match with their performance. Are they 100 million pound players? Casado is 30
But we are in a bias market.
Casado is 30 million.
Casado
Casado should not be more than 30
Casado
million.
didn't sell himself. We're in a bias market.
Yes.
So his price tag will not reflect his performance. But the player is a quality player. Give him time.
And would you, if you were part of the Chelsea
8 years contract.
If you
8 years. You I can give you 8 years.
the man in Olumai, why don't you say to be Olumai? He's a black man. 8 years time, you think that his knees, but if you look at him, arthritis etching here. They are old players with young ages.
Enzo Fernandez, World Cup winner.
What about him winning the World Cup? Because he was a young best player. We have seen players who had glimpses of quality. Could be in the tournament. We can name. You remember Sukuta Park?
Germany.
Yes. Where is he now? I think it was the same card with Tony Cruz.
Tony Cruz and Russell said that year.
Yes. Where is he now? I can give you a litany of players, even Ghanaian players, who lit up the world. Even Rashford himself, where is he? Where is he there? So you can have a glimpse and do very well at the tournament, but it doesn't mean that you definitely translate that into your club performance. Modric did well in the Champions League for Shakhtar Donetsk, right? What's his performance at Chelsea now?
It's the whole team psyche that's affecting the individual performance. And I'll give you a true example. I told
What
you.
of Kupama? Is that psyche not affecting Kupama?
He has shown that he's a gem. He's a magician.
So there are several gems like that who would have slotted directly into the Chelsea team and would have hit the ground running. But Tom Boley and his people decided to go and buy names who had higher price tags than quality. But Chelsea don't have quality. They have players who are expensive.
I am not convinced that they don't have quality. I believe that they have quality.
Okay, so Trossard. How much did Arsenal buy Trossard?
27 million, but it doesn't matter.
It matters.
Even Trossard is not a starter at Arsenal.
Because there's Martinelli.
So is Martinelli better than, let's say, Sterling?
Oh,
no!
Today. Sterling, when Sterling comes to Arsenal will ship him to 1983. If Sterling comes to Arsenal today, as we speak today, look at the Arsenal lineup. You saw the Arsenal lineup yesterday. Take one player out and put Sterling on the bench.
This Nigerian boy, Muduka, almost the same performance. This Nigerian boy, this Rasta boy, it's just plays Dimbasa.
No name Maduki.
The same performance.
See, Maduki, I saw him at PSG. Remember when Arsenal played PSG?
Yes. Young talented player.
Europa. Just have destroyed the ball. Completely destroyed the ball. You see, and I always tell you that it is not just about buying a player. Look at the player and the thing he can fit in. That's what somebody will destroy all these.
And I've given you a typical example of who. That sometimes players come into a team, the environment, the culture affect their performance. When they settle, Drogba came first season, 10 Premier League goals. We've not ended the Premier League. Jackson, he scored 10 already.
But see, the Drogba argument.
Nicolas Jackson has scored 10 goals already this season.
The Drogba argument. We can stretch it till midnight. Drogba was not a prolific striker. He was never a prolific striker for Chelsea. Did Drogba ever score 30 goals a season for Chelsea? Once. That was when Lampard left the penalty and they were fighting about penalties and stuff. Drogba didn't score. He didn't score 220 goals for Chelsea. He didn't score 220.
But consistently he was getting 20 double figures, 20 plus goals for Chelsea.
But with his quality around him at that time, Amoros at that time, I would have scored 20.
But you know the free kick and penalty duties were not for him.
But he scored a lot of free kicks though.
Yes, but the penalty duties were not for him.
No, it depended. When
Lampard was the one scoring the penalties.
But when the penalty was very crucial, Lampard would play them. But when they were leading like 3-0 and there was a penalty, Lampard would leave them for Drogba. And Drogba scored a lot of free kicks too. but he was not a prolific striker. Me, people mention Drogba. When I look at Drogba stats, for me, top 10 strikers in the Premier League, Drogba will not come anywhere near. Or like Premier League, top 10, top 20, grab everything.
I disagree.
Oh, because me, I placed Van Persie ahead of Drogba in the Premier League rankings.
But I don't understand how many goals did Van Persie score in his career.
How many games did Van Persie play in his career?
He didn't. It doesn't matter number of games, but he played a lot of
Van
years.
Persie played
A lot of years.
But of all those
It
years,
is not the
he was
fault that he
mostly
was
on
always
the-
injured.
Yes, he was always
It's not his fault. So how do you say
on the sick bed?
you place me ahead of him? Are you going to do a ratio per
But-
game,
but-
go per game? No.
But the few years that he played, his last season at Arsenal, and then
He had only 2 good seasons.
he was top scorer twice, right?
Yes.
In the Premier League. He went to United and was top scorer. And he won them the league. Their last Premier League, it was Van Persie who single-handedly won the Premier League for United. Ferguson's last season, it was Van Persie who single-handedly won the Premier
So
League.
you are coming home.
I'm not saying no. I'm saying that.
Then for Van Persie, you can argue that he's a late bloomer. So these boys in Chelsea
Van
today
Persie always had the quality.
Nobody is
No, had the quality. It was only injury.
Are you doubting the quality of Jackson?
But Van Persie only had one full season at Arsenal. He was top scorer.
Are you doubting the quality of Jackson?
Oh, yeah, bro. Jackson doesn't start for Senegal. Dia. You ask people who Dia is, they don't know. Dia starts for
But
Senegal.
this is his first.
Jackson.
This is his first quality.
If you want me to praise him that he's a quality striker,
Yes. He has quality.
even Dia starts for Senegal. Your Chelsea striker doesn't start for Senegal. Let's not even go there to Senegal national team doesn't start. Look, if Ghana don't have a striker, we don't have a proper center for him. I hope you are aware. If we had Jackson, he may be starting for Ghana because of his profile, play for Chelsea. He doesn't start for Senegal. Because Dia plays. Who is Dia? No, Jackson is a waste of money. And these are the players that Chelsea have bought that you want us to wait for 2-3 seasons.
Yes.
What will he have to his game?
So in the wisdom of the owners, they signed 8 years amortization, 8 years contract because they know that we're going to dismantle the house and build it in 3 years. So it's going to take time.
Unfortunately, football is not like planting seeds where you expect that when you water them, they will germinate. When they're not good, they're not good. That is football for you. You see, people feel that because Chelsea players are expensive, they are good, they're not good players. If you give them 20 years, they cannot change the fortunes of Chelsea. If you just dispose of these players and go and get quality players, that is what can change the fortunes of Chelsea. And not about giving them time. These players, give them 20 years, they cannot change the fortunes of Chelsea.
Well, you have your ideas also, you have your take. Hit us up on our social media. You can go, straight to our YouTube channel and watch the Betika Popular Stand with us as we speak our minds on various topics. We'll see you again in our next episode. Have a good time. Don't forget the hashtag Betika Popular Stand.